David, nice to see you. Let's dive in with the squad fitness news in terms of the guys who were involved on Friday. How are we looking for tomorrow, fitness-wise?
No, all healthy. Jaden is ill now. Unfortunately, Forshi is back after his illness since yesterday, first time on the grass. Grant is today the first time on the grass with the fitness guys for roughly a week. So I expect him back in team training next week. And anyone else is healthy. The only thing which is for sure is that Josh will not travel. So we make clear that he will not play 3 games in a week. We will give him the rest of this game. And it is clear that if everything goes to plan, that Lungi will be involved in the game as well. And this is the changes which are clear today before the final training. And anyone else is healthy and fit.
So just to clarify with Sargent, then there's nothing untoward. That was just a plan you'd mapped out for him, and feel with it because obviously there's the game's coming thick and fast off the back of it.
So after we've seen that we will have this rematch, we clearly said, okay, he will get this week for further training, what he needs, and not to give him three games in a week. We like to give him a further week that he is ready for this, if necessary, then in the week after.
I'm going to ask you about Jaden because obviously Tony's gone out now to Northampton, and there's 1 or 2 prior to that in the last period of this window. I know he's been linked. I've heard like Notts County and Stockport, but it sounds like there's a potential that he could go. Obviously, subject to him being fit and healthy. Would that be your plan? Maybe back end of the window if you could get him alone.
Yeah, I think it's quite early in the window, and I think it's too early to give a serious answer on it. It could be an option, yes, but we have to have now a lot of games in front of us in this transfer window, and I think then once we've played this game, so we have a better picture, then we can decide what is best for Jaden, and this could be an option that he goes on loan as well, yes.
In terms of what's best for individuals, with Tony going out, is that just he's not kind of been really in and around it in the last few weeks, go and play some regular football at a good level, and that clearly should kick him on development one? Yeah,
absolutely. To be totally honest, Tony had a good pre-season, came on in a lot of games, especially in the first part of the season. Is a great kid, works unbelievably hard, tactically very good as well. He has the heart on the right place, but unfortunately he didn't produce an end product in the games and the opportunities which he had. And this is the thing which he has to improve, and he will improve for sure. And this is why we were all together open for this loan. Because for an offensive players, there have to be some numbers you have to produce, and unfortunately, with the opportunities which he had, he was not able to do so. In the one other situation, he was a little bit unlucky as well. But this is now why we decided, okay, he has to get to more game time and then to better numbers in terms of goals and assists as well. To make his next step, and this hopefully he can do now, and we all together wish him the very best.
In terms of, you might disagree, but it feels like even with these younger lads going out, with lads coming back from injury, you've got a good sized squad in terms of head count. Again, we might be in hypotheticals, but if any of your senior fringe players who aren't getting minutes maybe came to you towards the end of the window and said, look, I want to be playing games, if I'm not going to get that here, is that scenario you might consider in terms of the guys who aren't involved playing regularly?
Yeah, to be fair, buddy, I know where you come from, but at the end of the day, we all together know today it looks, as you said, a good squad in terms of numbers, but in 2 weeks' time it can be totally different. This is why I can't give a serious answer on this question, because everything can change so quick, and we've experienced in this season so far how everything can change, injury or wise, or the availability of certain players, and this is why I'm quite calm on this. Obviously, you have to judge then every single individual, every single situation at the time when the question comes. But at the moment, I'm calm on this because I know how quick things can change in football.
In terms of income, as you said, it's still early in the windows. Are we all pretty quiet there? You know, you've done your homework, but as we sit here,
yeah, at the minute it's quiet. This is the truth, yes.
Just in general, in terms of the window as a whole across the game, I was listening to something on the radio this morning and I didn't realise, but there's only been one deal, as in transfer deal, in the whole of the Premier League so far, and clearly that's where a lot of the finance is, and whatever happens in the Premier League, I'm sure has a knock-on effect lower down. Are you sensing that just generally it's a quieter window than maybe normally, and you know the whole thing with FFP, is that having an impact maybe in terms of clubs at the top level?
Yeah, at the end of the day, we all together know that normally, mostly it accelerates at the end of the window, and I have the feeling it's a quiet window in general, and but I have the feeling as well, like always at the end of the window, everything accelerates again. So we will see what will happen.
Moving on, obviously we're here for Bristol, but just the whole game, how you felt on the night, since now you've debriefed it, I'm sure, how you felt the game unfolded and how your team set about the task and obviously got the result, but in terms of how the game broke down, was that how you felt you saw it on the night?
The Hull game, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, as I said, I loved the togetherness, the attitude, the defensive part of the game, how this group digged in, fought for every inch, which is so important to have this spirit and this feeling. But the truth as well is we have to improve in ball possession, and we have to work on it. We already have done, but I have a lot of trust and belief in the players, and they know this as well, that they in ball possession have massive space to improve, and this is what we will work on, and this is where we are honest to ourselves. We know exactly what we have done well and what we have not done on our level, what we are capable of doing, and the first thing is, I think you have to be honest and name it, and then you have to work on it. Everybody sees it, which is quite obvious, and then come on, take it on, go and make it happen. Show composure and bravery in ball possession, and do what this guys of players are able to do, and they've shown this in this season, how good they can play football, and this is for us the next step which we like to do. Yeah,
funny if I was going to ask you that, but filtered through maybe if you look at a player like, it's not one individual we're singling out, but you know Gabby, you know he had 13 assists, goal contributions, in like 18 league games, and then nothing in the last 9. I mean, I just wondered really, and you've touched on it there, was it, as you said after, I think it was the QPR home game, look, we need to tighten up. I think you repeated it after Friday, we cannot be conceding the amount of goals we're conceding. So have you asked like a player like that to do anything in terms of curbing his natural attacking instincts a little bit within the general, we need to tighten up area without the ball?
No. And I think it's wrong to finger point individuals in this case. I think we as a whole group, as we committed to make a next step and a big step, to be fair, in terms of how we like to defend, how we like to have a mindset for our responsibility all over the pitch, from the strikers till the goalkeeper, to defend our goal in a manner that we are more difficult to break down, to are more switched on. In this case, we have now the same in terms of our ball possession, and this counts for everyone. This counts for the defenders, the centre backs, the full backs, as for the midfielders and strikers as well. And this is what we have to make sure, that we feel as well much more responsibility for our ball possession game, to be brave, to ask in the tighter spaces with bravery for the ball as well. So everything what they already have done, and this is something which I'm quite confident these players can improve, because they have so much space to improve. They know this, and at the end of the day, this is exactly why they, when they were 4 or 5 years old, started to enjoy the game, because of having the ball, and this is what we now will work on again.
Just one more on Hull. Have you, as part of watching the game back, did you get a chance properly to have a look at the sort of the Demi incident with that challenge? I mean, you got him off at half time, and you said on the night, look, we were accumulating too many yellow cards. We need to take the heat out of the game a little bit. But just wondered what your thoughts were having watched that one back.
To be fair, I haven't seen it in the game. When I've seen the video footage, I think it looks worse than it was. I'm for 100% sure Dimi has not done it on purpose. But obviously his arm was quite high in this situation. So I know him. I've spoken with him about this as well. For 100% not on purpose. Obviously. This is why I think the referee has done the right decision with give him a yellow card. We then, obviously, because we had so many yellow cards, I think 4 or 5 in the first half, we decided, okay, where we have a good alternative in the position to say, okay, come on, we sub him. Sammy played a lot of minutes in recent games, is in a good form, and then we said, make sure that we protect ourselves, that we hopefully can finish the game 11 against 11, because this gives us a chance to win, and this is why we have done it. So in general, there's good competition on this position, in the left back position, but in general I think the referee had made the right decision on Dimi in this game.
Moving on to tomorrow night, is it an occasion to relish? I mean, you can see their manager's done some media, and it's a sellout in home areas. We all know what lies in the next round if the team can get through. For them, I'm sure some of their players, without wishing to sort of go past this game, but a tie at Anfield for those players probably could be the biggest game of their careers. So the intensity, the occasion, is that something you just have to embrace and relish, basically, that you know you're going into what could be a very testing environment on and off the pitch?
Yeah, we expected a very testing environment, but these are exactly the circumstances and environments which you should enjoy. Tight stadium, sold out, difficult place, but I think the reward and the price is clear. And to be fair, I love to go to Anfield, and I think all of my players as well. It's not only for Bristol Rovers games players a great reward, the game which is then in front of you if you go through it, and this is exactly the same for us, and we will take this game super serious. We will know what the reward is, and for this we have to make sure that we perform on the very highest level in both, without ball possession, in ball possession as well. I said this beforehand. We all together, me included, were not happy with the first leg. We played not a good first half. I said this immediately after the game, but what does it mean for the second half? Nothing. So we now make sure that our mindset is right, and that we are ready for the fight, which we will expect there. And we will do everything to beat Bristol Rovers away, to come into the next round. This is how we approach this game.
Clearly, I know you won't have spoken about Liverpool because your focus and full respect will be on Bristol, but just on a personal level, we know you go way back with Jurgen. I was just interested, was there any back and forth when the draw was made between you two? So
I got immediately a phone call of him when the draw was made 5 seconds later, so he have seen it earlier than I did.
Yeah, he didn't tell you the draw, did he?
Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So as you say, I mean, not clearly tomorrow is where the focus is, but
only, I think, for everyone on both sides, and this is how it should be. It's a different scenario because you know the rewards now before the game, but this makes it even more exciting, to be totally honest, and this is how we approach it, and how we like to deal with the situation. Yeah,
just a couple more from me. I mean, you made, I think it was 9 changes for the first time from the previous league game. Without giving too much away, what your thoughts ahead of this one? Because I'm just mindful, West Brom, Leeds, very short order afterwards. Does that come into your thoughts at all in terms of, I mean, we know you've mapped out today that, like to Josh and that, you're just going to protect him a little bit, but the lads you've got available tomorrow, what are your thoughts in terms of changing up?
We will take it serious, and I'm quite sure we will not make 9 changes again, but we will make changes, yes, because some players deserved it to start the next game, and you said it right, we have a lot of games coming now thick and fast, continuously, like in the busy Christmas period, but the really truth is we like to win this game, and we take it game by game, and for this we we will try everything with our players to win this game, and we as well have to make sure that we still make a great impact from our players which came on into the game like we've done in recent games, not only offensively, Onel with assist or Farsi with a goal as well. Gibbo, difficult always for a centre-back to come on after 60 minutes. He performed very, very well, as Semi has done when he came on half-time. So this is exactly what we have to have, this togetherness and this mindset. Do I start or do I am being the impact player from the bench? I have a job to do, and this mindset everybody we have to continue to have, and this is exactly what we've done in the past and what we like to continue tomorrow as well. And with this mindset and with this togetherness, I'm very confident that we can be able to produce a result tomorrow.
And final one, in terms of how you go about getting that result, having, as you said there, you wasn't happy with that first leg, having seen them at close quarters as well, what are the elements you think tomorrow could decide this game in terms of the matchups?
I think, as I said, in both directions, without ball possession, we have to be ready for the fight. We have to be really good in winning second balls, in still defending crosses in our box, because the approach of them will not change. Quite direct for the challenge, cross the balls. And in ball possession, we have to be, on one side, be patient to wait for your moment, but then in the right moments, accelerate and be ruthless as well. Put pressure on them, and this is exactly how we like to do it, what we have not done on our highest level in the first leg, and now it's up to us to show that we learned our lessons. Thank you.
David, just one for me. You're obviously still very satisfied about the defensive performance of the team on Friday. Is that the benchmark now for positive results going forward? You've got to try and match or at least get as near to as possible a performance like that.
Yeah, listen, I think, I don't know, was it November, beginning of November, we all together agreed that we dramatically have to improve our game in terms of conceding goals and clear-cut chances. I think at this period, after the first 16 games, we conceded 32 goals. 2 goals per game is just not good enough. So we clearly have spoken about this, we addressed it, we've spoken with the players, we've worked on it, and what the players have done since then is the truth as well. I think in the following 12 games, they conceded 12 goals, so this is 1 per game. And this is fantastic. So this was not because of this meeting or we addressed it, but obviously it's exactly the same like now. You have to analyze it, see it, what is quite obvious, and then you have to speak about it, you have to address it, and you have to work on it. And with top professionals, then they make improvement, and then they get their reward. And this is what they've got in terms of goals conceding. 12 in 12 games. I think this is a reliable amount of games where you can say, they improved. They improved dramatically. And now we have something to solve, which is our ball possession, and this is exactly the same. So yes, defensively, if you like, so this is the benchmark, but to be fair to them, I think they've shown this now quite consistently in the last 12 games. Offensively, we have to, and we like to improve, and we will work on it. And I have, as I said, so much trust and belief in these players that they will do. And this is what we work on, and this is what we have to try to get together. This does not mean we will score in every game, I don't know how many goals, and this will not mean automatically we have clean sheet after clean sheet as well. But the right mindset is what everyone has to have, and this is what I feel in this group, and this is why I'm really looking forward to the next games.